Okay, welcome to the monthly Q&A, everybody. Check out my Reckoning swag. You can buy this on the website. But I'm going to roll right into it. I guess I'm the only one who is here. Everybody else has got, I think, stuff going on this weekend, and a couple of us were LARPing, so we're all left out. First question was, why did we move one of Indiana's only LARPs out of state? So, Reckoning was not, I mean, it was in Indiana. That was where it was based. We haven't moved it very far from Indiana. Our intent was to keep it as a Midwestern-based LARP, which is what it was billed as. It is a blockbuster LARP, so the expectation is that people travel from a lot further away than, it's not something that you just go to in your local park. This is something that you go to once a year. It's a little bit of a trek, but there's a lot more build up for it and a little bit more show. So, we moved it out of the state of Indiana, but it's in the general area, close enough. I'm driving like 10 hours to get there, so I'm not super worried about it. What type of venue will we be using for the next event? The venue is, I don't know what it's called, but it's posted. I think there's actually like a name for it. It's like something farm or something. But the event is posted. It's where everybody was at for Dawnlands. We had some staff members there checking it out this past weekend, reporting back on stuff. Apparently it's very hilly, so everyone do your stair steppers, do some cardio, get that in. But we're going to be working on adjusting the event to fit our needs. But yes, no more Birdsall Castle. Shame. Is there anything we can share about how the map and territory holdings are going to be changing within the game? So we're working on putting that out to everyone, but in general, we want to make sure that Reckoning 3 starts where Suzak Mar are obviously going to have a little bit of a head start in terms of like land holding and maybe resources, because they, I guess, won the last two events. But in general, everything's going to kind of be at a status quo, and then the players are going to be able to do what they will with that. We're adding a new type of game. I think we put it out of the last one. We're calling it the map game, and it's going to be involving some stuff, and you guys will get to see that probably eventually. That's not really part of the core rules that we're working on getting out this month. You guys probably won't see those rules until a lot later, because it's a little bit more involved, and it's not like part of the game, I guess. It's kind of like a board game within the game. But you'll see what that is later. How are resources going to be found within the game? Will it be through hunting monsters? Will there be in a loot chest that can be found throughout the game? Or will there be staff created quests that will reward them? Yes. Those will be some of the ways that you can acquire resources. We will put them on the ground for players to find. Monsters will have them, and you can loot them off of them through our looting system. And if you complete a quest for an NPC, you will probably get some kind of rewards, at a minimum silver, and maybe some other stuff too. Reckoning site, what is the square footage? Is it all in the field, or do we have access to the woods? Are there staff concerns of players accidentally running into the cemeteries bordering the site? I'm pretty sure there are fences. That's my understanding of it. If you run off into someone else's property, we're not going to put up signs or anything, so I would hope you guys would, check yourself before you cross any boundaries, be self-aware. It is not just the field. It is actually about half field and half woods. We're still working on, Madiash says there are fences, so if you don't jump any fences, then you won't have to worry about it. It is 40 acres, and it's roughly half and half, the field and the woods. We're still working on, the fields are evidently a little bit overgrown, so we're going to try to clean that up for you guys before the event, so it's a little bit more fun to get around in there and scamper. But mostly rolling hills, and that's where the camps are going to be, and so on and so forth. Reckoning site, where are cars expected to park? We will be putting that out to you guys prior to the event. And there's going to be a spot where we put all of you guys. And You will see. But yes, it is going to be pretty tightly grouped. The property is, it is not massive. It is large, but it is not massive, and so we're going to kind of have to coordinate everyone's parking. You guys are going to have to, I think, bear with us a little bit because there's a lot of you and there's cars take up a lot of square footage, so we're going to be kind of squeezed in there. But we will try to make it work, and it will not be the free for all that it was at Birdsville Castle. Is there already an Assassin's Guild? There is maybe an organization that might be resembling an Assassin's Guild. But we will put out more information to you guys about that at some point in the future. But yes, there are some deadly individuals who take hits for coin, and if you talk to the right guy, you might be able to get into that group. When can players expect tickets to go on sale, and approximately what price point will tickets be at? Will there be a price variation for tickets for showing up late? Their tickets. Hold on, let me make sure I'm allowed to say this. Okay, tickets are going to go on sale November 1st. That is when the tickets are going to go on sale. The tickets are going to be starting at, oh, there's some people. Tickets are going to be starting at $180 for the full event. There will not be price variation for tickets for showing up late for a couple of reasons. The biggest one is we really need everyone to be there on Friday in the evening so that they can attend our safety and rules briefing. That's going to be really critical for everyone. It's part of our verification that every player on site is going to be able to be safe, or at least we have coached them on how to do so, and that they understand the rules and will be able to play the game effectively. For those of us who are at Reckoning 2, we all understand how important it is that everyone know the rules. So that's why we just really would like everyone to show up early. If there is an extenuating circumstance for an individual, you can talk to staff and we can work with you on whatever we need to do to get you caught up to speed. You know, if something happens, we understand people's personal lives aren't going to revolve around a LARP, so if something comes up, we can work with you. But in general, no, that's not a thing. Price variation. We will be selling tickets at an increased cost above the 180 for people to show up early. For those of you who like to have more time to set up and so on and so forth, so that will be a thing. Yeah, that's what I had. Micah and Gabby, you guys welcome.
Hi, sorry, I locked myself out of my room on accident, so that is why I was running late.
I had something
I
I
hope
wanted to say in
everyone is
there.
doing well. How are we gonna run this shindig?
That was the last.
Yeah, Ian's been answering the.
Yeah, that was the last of the submitted questions. So we can open up the floor to anybody. If you're a new player and you have questions, if you're an old player and you have questions, now's the time to get those out there. Oh, someone said something about volunteering. That's what I was going to answer. Yes, there is, as we sent out on the last email. If you go to reckoninglarp.com under join, there is a section there for volunteering. You can see our various roles that we are currently trying to get volunteers for, and one of them is the build team for setup. So if you want to go and fill that out, and we will get your name on a list, and at some point we will get back to everyone for that.
Okay, so Braith of the Forge asked, with the tickets, is there an explanation of everything that comes with the ticket, or is it just entry and that's it? with the tickets. So an explanation of everything that comes with the ticket. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I think that's a good idea. Um, so there probably will be. You'll know what you're getting with the ticket, but like essentially, um, I don't think we've really made like decisions on stuff like that yet. I don't know, have we, Liam?
I mean, so we're not providing meals for everyone. I know that is not the answer that everybody wanted. We just determined it was easier. However, the new venue does have food available. They will be selling breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the venue. Gracious Helen, who owns the event, for everyone who went to Dawnlands, they got to meet her. She's great. She provides food to people. You just give her some cash, and she'll be able to provide it. The people who went to Dawnlands have more info than what I have. She's got like a whole menu and everything. She calls it like the Dragon's Den Tavern. It's great. So food, unfortunately, is not included in the tickets. Essentially, yes, the ticket is just access to the site. We don't really provide kit items. It's all on you guys. We're going to be providing content and the venue and some other stuff. And that's realistically about it.
Can I say what the caterer is called? Can I tell them what the caterer is called? Because they're asking about the caterer.
Sure.
I don't know if we wanted to keep that a secret or not, but like she calls it the Dragon's Den, and they're gonna have kind of indecorum foods. And I think some things I would like to kind of keep on the DL. But it's gonna be super awesome. So there is gonna be a way to eat like through the venue. But if you also want to, I think, figure out your own kind of thing, that's going to be very much encouraged. I will probably certainly, I always kind of like bring myself coffee, for example. Um, but, and we'll have rules about like how to keep stuff in decorum and all that. But yeah, Dragon's Den.
Yes, and showers and porta johns and stuff like that. We're going to have that available. You know, you guys aren't going to have to just hoof it for a weekend. We will have some form of things. Fire pits, we will have a couple as staff, but we encourage everyone to bring their own as long as they are raised above the ground. And I will have to triple check, but I'm pretty sure the only rule is that it's off the ground and that someone who is trained, which will be part of probably our Friday stuff in the fire safety. We're going to train everybody on how to be fire safety, and we're going to have some fire extinguishers. But other than that, if you bring your own above ground fire pit, you're good to go. Is there a chance that some of the faction camps will be in the woods? No, that is not. That is not going to be a thing. So we'll probably be putting the orcs and the undead in the woods, but everyone else will be good. And yes, please, if you're going to have your own fire, we're going to ask that you bring your own wood. We will not be able to supply wood for every camp. Yeah. We've got Madiash in the
that's
chat
the thing.
giving us
Typically, they don't want you bringing wood from a different place into a new place because flora, fauna. So wait until you get near the site and then buy it from a store.
Yeah.
Because typically
Legally, you will have to buy all the wood in Kentucky.
Kentucky, good old Kentucky firewood.
Yeah, local firewood.
Never let me down before. Liam, you ever been let down by good old Kentucky firewood?
Not to my knowledge. So
I think Ellen did say she'll like have like she'll give us like a list of local stuff like that that we'll be able to get to you guys. So
Right.
we'll hopefully a lot of these questions will end up on our website too, but these are good for FAQs.
We do have an FAQ on the website now, if you have not been there recently. Covers some good stuff for new players, like what do I need to bring, and other things. Where do I sleep? That kind of stuff. For those of you who I think were curious, and I think I put this out right before Gabby and Micah got in here. Yes, November 1 for the tickets. That's going to be the date. And we're going going to hold ourselves to that. So be ready.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And
As a reminder, as we put out a while ago, so those tickets are going to be on sale from November 1st at midnight, or yes, November 1st at midnight to December 31st, so New Year's Eve at midnight. And then we're going to have a different set of tickets immediately go on sale, but the price is going to increase by a little bit. So it's kind of, we're doing some early bird pricing to encourage early adoptees. But the tickets will go on sale for a while, and we do not have a ticket cap, so don't worry about not being able to get one.
this is a really good question, and I think it's something that should be on our radar. Is there space to continue the game if it's raining? Something with a roof. That is something that I think we'll be cognizant of, and we'll try and create contingency plans for. Obviously, we can't predict the weather, and how much that'll be effective, but I think that'll be something that we talk about.
I mean, the game will take place rain or shine. Obviously, if weather's dangerous, we'll have some sort of emergency like plan in place if it's actually like tornadoes or hurricanes or stuff like that. But LARP is rainy. You're gonna get rained on, and it's part of it.
That's fun.
Embrace the water from the sky.
I always say that rain is in decorum.
Yes.
That's why we need our wool cloaks. I have a wool cloak and it protects me from everything. It does suck when it gets super, super wet, but definitely highly recommend wool cloaks.
Or wax canvas. That's a good cloak too.
There's
Did anybody else have any questions?
someone said, okay, Bron, can we get a list of approved tents added to that? Liam?
To the FAQ?
I don't know. Is that what you're asking, Bronwyn? Can people also talk on stage? I don't know how this works.
There is a button, I believe. I can't see it, but there is a button somewhere on your screen that is the request to speak button. And if you click that, we can get you up here to talk.
That might be easier. If anyone is brave enough, don't feel pressured.
Hi. So I know there's a question about accessible tents. So can we get a list of acceptable tents somewhere on the website?
We could probably get like in the FAQs, we could give examples, but we couldn't give every single tent that's pre-approved. As always, if you have a question about if your tent is pre-approved, email the approval email address, and we'll tell you if it is or isn't. But as an FAQ, we could probably put up some links of some. These are considered acceptable.
I'll probably put up a list of like manufacturers, because there are certain manufacturers that just make stuff that's gonna be pretty much approved.
Yeah.
Obviously, just because we link a manufacturer doesn't mean that every item from that manufacturer is approved, but that's just kind of our recommendation for where we want people to start looking.
Even if the manufacturer's on that FAQ and you buy a tent from them, or like before you buy a tent from them, still email and see if that specific one is approved. Yeah, that's probably better just to be handled through approval emails. Restrictions for camping trailers. Oh, go ahead.
So camping trailers are just, they're going to be the out-of-game camping. And because they're out-of-game camping, there's pretty much, I don't want to say there's no rules. I would say that our biggest concern would be space. So we would ask that if you're going to bring your own camping trailer, don't bring something that is like, I don't know, 50 feet long and 10 feet wide or whatever, you know. Be reasonable about it, but if you have a camping trailer, you can definitely bring that and stay in it, because yeah, we're not going to have like power or water available to hook up for you guys, but you can definitely use that.
Yeah, this is not a steampunk LARP, although that would be cool.
I'm sorry. We are technically in bear country. What does that mean? What kind of bears? What are we
There's
talking about?
bears everywhere.
What kind of bears? Black bears?
Black
Grizzly
bears.
bears?
Not grizzly bears.
Brown bears?
Black bears.
Black bears. Oh, okay. Black bears.
They're the
Brown
small
bears?
ones. It's fine.
What? I'm sorry. What? Were we in, have we
Abby,
always been in bear country?
You live in North Carolina. There are bears
Never
here
seen a
too.
bear. I've never seen a bear in my
You're
life.
probably not going to see one there either.
Okay, cool. That was close.
Yeah, they're going to stay away. We're going to be loud, and there's going to be a lot of us, and they are scared.
We did get very loud in the evenings, so.
Also, if you see a black bear, don't go towards it, but do scream at it.
Yes, we will be. Part of our safety brief will include telling people not to approach, touch, or interact with wildlife for any reason.
Yeah, even the cows.
Especially the cows. Cows kill a surprising amount of people every year, so don't mess with
They
them.
do.
I personally want to say I don't think anyone should fight bears, but I don't know. Also, oh my god. All right, it'll be fine. We should have rules, right? I'm sorry, I'm still on this bear thing.
Gabby's from the desert where bears don't exist.
No, yeah, no. Okay, maybe there are good things about the desert. I've been talking mad shit about the desert.
They have
but
lizards.
okay. We do Gila monsters. Scary.
All right. Well, we're kind of in the hangout and chit chat portion of the Q&A. Gabby's got something.
The parking will be gravel, and then she's gonna have an overflow parking. We're gonna try and figure out. We want to try and figure out how many cars are coming, because it'll be like 100-car max in the parking. But good question there. So we'll try and figure out how to like tally that up. But yeah, she is like paving it like with gravel, I think.
Yes, we're going to have with check-in some sort of wristband
Yes.
to note that you need to be there for security and that you've paid and that you are a person. Gabby's still wearing her Beacoline wristband.
I love my Pico
By the time
wristband.
it rolls around next year, it will be fused to her wrist.
That's the hope. I'm not gross.
Yes.
It gets washed when you take a shower.
It's like plastic.
The wristbands will also denote if you are under or over the age of 21. So if you are offering alcohol to people, make sure that they are the correct colored wristband. Super easy. What are the rules for lanterns? Are you referring to like open flame, like torches, or
Maybe like lighting. I mean,
right? So yes, no open flame torches. If it is fully enclosed, then you can have a candle lantern.
Yeah, but rechargeable LED lanterns are great. Amazon has a really awesome one that a lot of people use. Put that instead of a
Making
paper
one right now.
lantern.
right, and try and make sure they're like a warm glow, not like those. Yeah, not those bright LEDs. Yes, please, for my astigmatism, and also just like it's nicer. It feels more like fire and candlelight.
Candle lanterns in a fully enclosed glass, like a camp lantern, should be fine. If you have a question, email us. Because with everything, you don't get approved ahead of time. If we see it and it's not approved, we can totally say like, put that away.
That is the risk you take.
Yep.
All right, so it looks like we're at the point where we're kind of chit-chatting. So I think we can go over to Gabby says
No limit on the cars. Sorry, I'm just like reading it. I was like, you keep going. But
You
no
did
limits
say
on the
there
cars.
was a limit on the cars. You said 100 cars.
Well,
max.
there's like, okay, sorry, no limit to the numbers of players in the cars, right? I mean, like, if you guys all want a carpool, that's fine. That would be great. That would, but yeah, there's 100 car max in the gravel plot.
and then we will have
And then there will
overflow.
be an overflow. But I think it would be nice to kind of avoid the overflow because, you know, it's land and stuff. And I'd like to keep the fun nice.
Yes, Spring Light. We recommend that highly. So if we want to, if everyone's all set, we can go and chit chat in the regular portion of the thing, so everyone can hang out and ask questions. And I'll be hanging out with you guys over there, so I can continue to answer questions.